So I figured out how to make this work. So I know I've been traveling a little bit. Okay. Now, let's talk about this very topic that many people don't like to touch, but as y'all know, I don't give a damn. I talk about everything and anything. I don't know about it. So some people are UFOs real? That's the question. Are they real? Are the UFOs real? Huh? Are they real? Think about it. You know, unknown flying objects. Everybody, people talk about it a lot. They're like, what are those? UFOs real? But what I often ask people is, or what I want to ask people is, do you know for a fact, are UFOs real? Have you seen one? Do you see one? Have you seen one? Have you been in one? There's so many questions people never could ask. They either say, oh, that's bullshit. These kind of people. Oh, they're so like, everything's conspiracy theory. No scientific. I never understood that. But when I was in my doctorate, I remember there's a professor, I loved her actually, to be honest. And one day we were talking casually in class, and I said, yeah, about truth. And she gave me this look. I was like shocked. She said, why you always talk about truth? Who cares? I'm like, wow, why are we here? What is the point? So I began to study, I began to realize it's not, it's a knack. People want to know truth. It's like this scientific mind. It's like this secret mind that wants to know truth. Not everybody has it. But people have it in varying degrees. Otherwise, there's so many things that people do. You don't care about this topic? Why do I care about UFOs? People talk about Merkaba. Merkaba. What is Merkaba? Merkaba basically is the spiritual body that some people see as UFOs. They're Merkabas. Okay, what is a Merkaba? That's very important. Merkaba. 3 words. Merkaba. Okay? The energy. And when people work, do the spiritual work sometimes for this purpose, whether through Kabbalah, whatever, they're able to like extend their energy, and it looks like they're driving some vehicle, but really it's an extension of who they are. See, in a way, when people say they saw UFO, I'm like, you saw a spiritual body? Almost all spirits are able to do this because they can just emanate that energy and look like they're flying, they're driving, or whatever, but really it's an extension of who they are. But a car, you get in, you get out. You know your car. Hopefully you don't think so. But UFOs are different. It's like the way it drives is literally you. It's moving based on your consciousness. You're using your consciousness, not just your hand, to drive it, to move it. It's a spiritual vehicle. So whether you believe in this or not, don't even worry about it. My main thing is, why aren't you open to the possibility? Don't believe it. Believers to me are always weak people. Why do you believe what you don't know? So the way to know is experience. Just sit still. Ask existence. People think this is very complicated. Ask existence. I want this to be revealed. You'll be shocked. You might just say it's UFO flying by. It's not a big deal. There are probably hundreds of thousands. Who knows? But guess what? Now this is where some people are going to call me conspiracy theories. The truth is truth. There are US-made UFOs. US government-made UFOs. I know that's why people are going to be like, I don't smoke, so don't worry. But truth is truth. I mean, I like edibles sometimes, but truth is truth. U.S. government. See, what people don't realize. Read Operation Paperclip. People don't read white anymore. They assume that, for example, CIA. Who do you think established the CIA? Who do you think? It's the freaking SSS. This is not conspiracy theory. Hello, please don't throw everything to the trash that you can't understand. This is real. Redacted CIA documents, Operation Paperclip. They took some of the SS soldiers that were able to work. They were able to work out deals with them. Even NASA. Von Braun, one of the great NASA scientists, was a Nazi scientist. We, the U.S. government, brought them in because we're practical people who are like, these are geniuses. Let's use them for our projects. And guess what? We actually, the U.S. government was very much involved with the Nazis. That's a different video, different topic. I know conspiracy, but this is true. Anybody wants to really know truth, we see that Wall Street was sending money to Hitler. Do you know there was a year when Hitler was Man of the Year? Time magazine. Can you imagine that? Yeah, because they were for him until he turned against them. People like that usually turn against their sponsor. And what did he turn? He said, "Fuck you. We're gonna make Germany the world power, the global power. That wasn't the plan. The plan was for England, British Empire to continue. He was just supposed to just fuck with India, sorry, with Russia and weaken Russia. But no, he said, no, we're gonna develop Germany. That's when they became enemy and went against the international bankers, told them to go F themselves and said, we're gonna develop Germany. Something in him must have liked Germany to some extent. A different video we can make on that. Okay, so UFOs in the 50s, there's a guy called Dr. Stephen Greer. Go watch out his videos. You see, this is a medical doctor, by the way, not just some online stuff. And he's a very logical man. Watch his videos. Investigate. Don't believe him. Do your own research. You'll see. Since the 50s, the US government has mastered anti-gravity. Yes, even the Nazi soldiers, the Nazis did. Why do you think they went to Antarctica? Did you hear the story of General Byrd? They wanted to go arrest these Germans. They got their ass kicked. They ran back. The naval ship. These guys, the Nazis, and they have UFOs. I'm telling you. You can't, don't believe me. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. Just be more open. Your research, keep your heart open. You just might have an experience of it. You see, there are man-made UFOs that can go this fast, but they hide it from the masses. Why do they hide it from the masses? Because of power. You see, if everybody was to know this and they were to be trained how to make one, who's going to buy gasoline anymore? Everybody making their own cars. Or at least maybe you buy a car once and turn it into some flying machine. These guys are controlling humanity through finance and politics and money and different things. Otherwise, this is truth. How you think we got to the moon? You think that rocket that rocket that's flying? You think that took me to the moon? Come on, people, don't be so naive. That was just either a show or there's something else in the rocket that actually landed. If we really landed on the moon, that was what landed. You can't go there with this. You can't even go beyond. There's a belt, I forgot the name of it, this rocket you have. There's many things that are hidden from the masses. Don't believe me, just do your research. Keep an open heart and mind. You just may find things that you might be like, wow, maybe that guy is right. I'm not interested in being right. Truth is my concern. I'm not some kind of priest that wants to say the Bible is the way, or the Quran. That's what happens with priests, because they have to honor the book. They have to stick by it, whether the book is rotten and smelly and disgusting. They have to. That's personally, I'm not gonna lie, I have more love for truthful and honest scientists, because the scientific mind is more concerned about truth. Hermes, yes, that's the same. They want to know truth. Whereas the priest mind, I'm not against it. It has its place. The theologian, they are trying to discover truth, but through just words and logic. They do no experiments. And sometimes when they get corrupt, see the difference is when the priest gets corrupt, right? They don't want science. They don't want truth. They just want to keep on the old game that they're preaching, like the earth is the center of the universe, shit like that. They want to keep it. When a scientist gets corrupt, there's the scientist. A scientist by nature, somebody who has Hermes in their energy of Mercury, wants to know truth. Is a desire. The shadow is they may not want to share it. They may want to keep the masses asleep. That's a shadow. See the difference? A scientist wants to know, but he or she may not share with the masses. But they know the truth. They know because they're interested in it. Whereas a priest, the beauty of the priest is they want to know the spiritual truth. They want to know. They want to know God. They want to understand. That's not the word. Of an understanding, theologic, the logos of theo. The downside is when they feel like they know it, now they want to stop anything. Say, no, we're going to keep this. That's why they perpetuate ignorance sometimes, because they're more concerned about keeping the status quo. Makes sense? So there are UFOs, honey. Don't believe me? Just do your research. You see. Come on. It's not even a big deal. That's why sometimes why are people so surprised? Energy body in the spirit. That's why it can whip in and out. It can whip in and out. Why? Because it's not physical. It's semi-physical. And the most advanced, because there are different gradations. The most advanced ones are pure spirit, pure energy. That's why they can go ch-ch-ch-ch, but they are extensions of the driver. It's the energy body of the driver moving through space, showing you stuff. So, or more than that. But the US government has their own man-made. They're slower, not as fast, because they can be, because they're mind operated. They train these guys to use their mind to drive those UFOs. Those UFOs are mind driven. Very different than the spiritual ones. Spiritual ones are astral. They're better, they're the macabre. The U.S. government, most of those are mind-based. So you're not going to be driving with your hand. It's the mind that drives it. So it can be as fast as the mind. And the mind can only go as far as the solar system generated. That's its capability. Anything beyond the solar system, the mind collapses. Collapses. Now the spirit has to take over. Make sense? Yes. Even spirit has its limits. Right? There's so many levels. But the mind can drive UFOs. But fast because you're not using your hand. But not so fast. But people won't know the difference. It's just be like, wow, look at that UFO. It can land, it can rise. Because just that the mind can think about this. You can think about Lagos, you can think about London, right? You can visualize it. That's how these things move fast. Boom, they're in London. They think about it. Boom, they think about it. They're in Paris. You can move as fast as thought. That's what the U.S. government has, as far as I know, or think they do. Mind, you can fly faster. Boom, you think of London, you're there. Boom, you're there. If they want to go beyond Mars, though, now they have to go astro. That's why many of those UFOs can't go beyond Mars. Very almost impossible to go beyond Mars. Go beyond Mars, you need spiritual energy. There are some that do, but those are the more advanced ones, and those are the ones that the masters, the magi's, real adepts operate. They can go within the solar system. The mind, at most, maybe Mars, or maybe even Mercury, to some extent, but not as effectively. Beyond that, you need the spiritual to be able to move it around. Makes sense? So don't believe what I'm saying. What I'm just saying is that this is unreal. When people die, they're going to see. Suddenly they're out of body. They're like, wow, you're free. There's an energy around you. You can feel it. You can sense it. But it's not to be believed. It's to be experienced. So meditate, do your spiritual practices, do research, do whatever you got to do. Even do your ayahuasca, whatever it is that you feel will help you. Experience these things, even if you just feel it. You don't see, just feel it. To alter your life. So then you become open to possibilities. Something more than what we're told by the media. But they lie and they deceive. They don't tell you the truth. And don't let anybody tell you that the CIA, every time I see, oh, the CIA, they're lying. CIA bullshit. Whenever you think of CIA, think of bullshit. They want to do what is called revelation, but that's revelation to their own advantage. So if they say aliens are here, they're evil, that's what they're doing. They want war. That's how they make money. That's how they get their power. So if they ever come out, you watch. They're going to say they're evil. They're mean. That's how they make money. They're going to say the aliens are evil. Everybody come together. Let's fight them. This is their mentality. That's what they want to do. You'll see. Don't believe me. True revelation is to show the different sides. Yeah, there are lower level astral ones that are shadow, and there are higher level ones that are beautiful. Okay? So that truth will come out sooner than later. It has to. Truth has the habit of coming out eventually. One way or the other. To snake out, explode out, explode out. So don't believe anything about UFOs. Experience it. Experience it. Experience it. And then you can know that, oh, this is real. And then you can meditate it and then bring your energy to the body. But the body is where it's at. To be present in the body is actually more advanced than being able to drive a UFO. It's hard to believe. But many of those macabres, they're spiritual things. But to embody it in the body, that takes a lot of energy. So you can have a glimpse of that energy, UFOs, even traveling them. But if somehow you can be present and bring your energy to your body, to your hara, and that's what I call soul awakening. Deeper than even the UFOs. Because that's this real soul, the depth of who you are now in the body, higher self. Just deep, deep, deep beyond the void. Okay? So don't be tripping about, oh, UFOs are so marvelous. There are many types. There are mental body ones. And like I said, the mind. That's what the US government and the Russians have. The Chinese, I'm sure they have too. Any government that is controlled by the Vatican or has had access to the library in Alexandria, for example, Egyptians had this too. Yes, the Egyptians did. This isn't a new science. Egyptians did, but they collapsed and everybody thought they were. Look in the paintings in the caves. You see it. In the pyramid, you see the pictures of all kinds of flying machines are there. I didn't think the pyramids, part of the function of the pyramid was to help them levitate. So many things that is not revealed to humanity. Unfortunately, these are being kept from humanity. It keeps people small. People don't, these guys don't understand. It keeps people mundane. They think life is I'm not against paying your bills, living your life, but there's more to life than that. But they're not taught. So people are bored, miserable. Because imagine being able to fly, go on vacation to the moon or different planet. Imagine that if people could do that. But they're faced with it one day, which is beautiful by itself. What I'm saying is time to expose the truth. The mystery schools, let's expose all of this. It's time for us to share this with the world. The time is here now. Love you guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Oluwa Adams 9. It's number 9, Oluwa Adams 9 at Gmail. Or you can DM me. You can DM me on Facebook, Oluwa Adams, so you know that. Okay? Love you guys. Blessings.